Okay. Yeah. Yesterday we have discussed about like the introduction of Power Query. Okay. Let us suppose we are right now we are in this Power Query. So let us go first into Power BI Desktop and how we can come to Power Query. I will explain it. Okay. Right. See. First, I told like this is a Power BI desktop. This will be visible to us. Okay, generally this is the interface that it will be visible to us when we download the Power BI desktop. So I said how we can connect with the data. So here you have an option. This option we call it as get data. From here you can connect to the Excel sheet. Okay, so that we have discussed. Now coming from this second class, we'll be studying about in the Power BI desktop, it will be divided into three parts. The first one we call it as Power Query, second Power Pivot, third Power View. Okay. Now let us study about only Power Query. So step by step we will be moving forward, and now we will be discussing about Power Query. So you may ask a simple question, sir, how download the Power BI desktop. So this is the interface. So I have loaded the Excel. So connected to the Excel, those Excel files will be visible over here. Now the second question is I want to transform my data. So I want to implement some Power Query transformation on this particular data. So how we can go to the Power Query? So from the Power BI desktop, if you want to go to Power Query, you need to click on these three dots. Okay, then go to transform data. Just click on transform data. Now, when you click on the transform data, so this is the interface where you will move to the Power Query. Okay, this is the Power Query. In this Power Query, we have different menu based options are there in the home tab. What are the different options? Transform tab, add column view. Step by step, we'll be able to discussing now. So first option, there is an option in the home tab called as new source. What is meant by new source that you need to understand? So I have loaded order table, people and returns table. So there is some requirement in my project. So I want to load some more tables into it. Okay. So how I can load? So just I need to click on this new source. I want to connect to some other Excel sheet. So click on Excel workbook. Okay. Yeah. Some in the Excel, like in the downloads or something, I want to load some other table. Suppose EMP department table. Like I will go to desktop here in my desktop. I have saved some files. So then I can go here. Yeah, desktop. In the desktop, suppose I load EMP department table or that I will go to downloads. Okay. In the downloads, these are the tables like I will see what are the files which are there in my desktop. So from here, if I want to go to desktop, just click on this button. So in the desktop, what I have geography table, gender table, bank churn table. So bank churn table, this is there. See, suppose this is a Excel I want to connect. This is bank churn. So when I open this, see, like this Excel will be bank churn. So this is the sheet name. This is the data which is there in the desktop. Now I want to see bank churn Excel. I want to bring this Excel. Okay. The Excel which is having row number, customer ID, customer geography ID. I want to connect to this data. Okay. And the sheet name is bank churn. Now how I can, this is where it is located. It is located in your desktop. Suppose see when I open this here, see bank churn Excel which is there here. I want to bring this bank churn Excel which is there in my desktop to Power BI desktop. So how you can connect? See new source, go to Excel workbook. The Excel workbook, go to where it is in desktop, right? The desktop. in the desktop, see bank chan. So actually it is in CSV format. Just let us see whether we can load open. See bank chan, row number, customer ID, credit score, geography ID. Just we have seen, right? So those data, the what are the columns that are there, it will appear over here. Now when you click on OK, see bank chan table, it is loaded here. See row number, customer ID, credit score, geography ID, gender ID, age, tenure, balance. So it was there when you open. See when you go to the desktop here, the same columns which are there in Excel. See row number, customer ID, credit score. This Excel will be loaded into your Power BI desktop. So the sheet name bank churn, it will be, this will be named as a table name. So when you see here over here, see bank churn table name is loaded. Like this, you can connect to the data. And if you want to another connect to any, bring any other data. Suppose if you, when I go to the desktop, if we want to load on any other table, so I want to bring gender table, this gender. Just you can go to the new source here. In the new source, click on Excel. Okay, go to where it is there in the desktop, right? Come to desktop. Just click on gender. Gender. See gender. Just select it. Click on open. See the gender, it has some table one. So the table on sheet one both is what is the data you see. Just click on table one. See gender one to male and female. I want to load this table, this only table. Both are same. Table one. When you see these data, both data are same. You can load any one. See the table sheet one. So you can rename it. You can rename it to your table name. So what is the table name? It is gender table, right? If you want to name the table to the gender, you can name. Like this, you can connect to any new sources. Okay, from here we have seen in the from the Power BI desktop also you can load the data, load some Excels into your Power BI desktop. When you come to Power Query, in the Power Query also you can from the Power Query also you can connect to the data sources. Data source are nothing but the place where the organizations will store the business information. We call it as data source. Now coming to second option. Recent sources. What is meant by recent sources? What are the recently that what are the files you have connected? What are the data sources you have connected? You can see it in the recent sources. When I open the recent sources, see you connected Zender, which you have loaded, Bankchan you have loaded, employee department sample superstore data. That means this order table, people table, return table. It is coming from this Excel only. See, in the previous, I have taken other batch classes, employee department, data mention, column transformation. These are the Excel file that I have loaded while explaining some classes of Power Query for different batches. So these are the recent, what are the files that you have connected. If you want to see, then you can go to the recent sources. Now third option, enter data. So what is meant by the enter data? Enter data means we have seen how we can connect to the Excel files where the tables are already built. But sometimes a requirement comes into the real time where you have to create the tables manually within the Power BI desktop. Okay, where you want to create the tables manually within the Power BI desktop. So in that condition, how you can, what is the process? So if you want to create the manually, you can click on this enter data. Enter data. So if you click on enter data, it will ask what is a column name. Just I want to column name. Then location, I will calculate as location. Like so, I will type the name. Sub Janardhan, my name. Hyderabad. Suppose Sagar, Karimnagar. Just I am giving the random location, random names. Okay, Janardhan, the location. So just you can type the names and location. In the places of the table, I will name as, I will name it as location table or location information. I will give the table name. So location information. See name, location information, have created table and click on OK. See a table will be created. This is manually. See location information table has created and the data is appearing over here. So this is the process where you can create the tables manually within the Power BI text, within the Power Query. So in order to create the manual tables, we will use the table called as the enter data. Next, data source setting, manage parameters. So this will be discussing in the coming classes because what data sources manage parameter, this will take some time. Okay, 1 hour of the time. So as of now, I will skip this, but we'll come back. Okay. Next, refresh preview. This is the option. See what is meant with. There will be refresh preview option. There will be two options. It will be there. Refresh preview, refresh all. So first they will ask in the interview, what is the difference between a refresh preview and refresh all? Okay. So suppose this is the table. This is the gender table. What I will do, okay, let me go to the gender table. This is the gender. In the gender table, like the gender table, gender ID, one male. So just I will add gender ID 3. Okay, see my activation has failed because I need to renew this my account on Excel. I will explain the things. See, my license of Excel got expired, so I need to reactivate it. I will reactivate tomorrow. The thing is, not, I will explain. See, suppose this is a gender one, male and female. Suppose if I ask some add new data, suppose 3. Okay. Now I will use as trans. I have added this data and I have saved it. Okay. Now go to Power BI desktop. In the gender, we have male and female like this. Okay. What I will go to and refresh. Just I am using refresh preview. See, when I use the refresh preview, see third transgender it is added. Okay. That means when you use refresh preview, when you select that column and we add the refresh preview, like this for the gender table, I have added the new name. Okay. I have clicked on, previously we have only male and female. There I have updated data and there is no, I have added the transgender third and no need to connect to the data source again. Just if you click the refresh over here, refresh preview, so the table will be refreshed and new data will be get added. Now what I will do, I will go to some other table called as bank churn. Okay, the bank churn. So where this is the bank churn. So suppose there are many rows, you have the data, 1,000 rows we have. Okay, I will add a 1,000, 10,000. You have 10,000. One more record I am adding. Okay, so I will add same. I will add 10 extra. I will make this as this data. I will make it as suppose I will copy this and just I am adding one dummy record, making all the but date we have. 166 I will add, and I will copy the same data. And I'm saving, see, save. See, this is a new record that I have added. Now what I will do, I will go here. So right now we are on the gender information, bank Chan, just you can see what is the last record. Just if you want to see the last record. So I will try to, these are the rows. Yeah, I will go to the transform tab. I will click on reverse rows. See the data which is added over here, 11101 that we have added, 16662, that data will be added over here. See what is the data which we have added. That data you are able to get over here. The bank 10,001 Now there will be two options when you go to the home tab. In the refresh preview, there will be option called refresh preview and refresh all. What is the difference? Suppose if you select this and click on refresh preview, or when you select on bank churn, when you click on refresh preview, only the data which is there in this table will be updated. Suppose if any information like source information, they have uploaded the data over here. When you apply the bank churn, if they have uploaded the data over here, okay, what happens, only that particular table will be get refreshed when we use refresh preview. But you have loaded 10 different tables. When you click on refresh all, so all the tables that you are loaded, the data in that tables will be, any new data is added at that point of time in the source level. When you click over here, all the tables will be get updated. Okay, so that is why this selecting this refresh preview and refresh all is very important. Suppose you have loaded 80 tables. When you click 80 tables, and these tables contains some millions of records, but your client selling out of 80 tables, only 2 tables are having the latest data, and we want the updated data of only the 2 tables. In that case, don't go and select refresh all. When you click on refresh all, at the back end, it will go and scan the tables, and it will try to refresh all the 80 tables. So it may take a lot of time. But here, this is a small data. It is not taking that much time. But in the real time, if you connect with the tables which are having the huge amount of the data, and if it is clear that only out of that 100 tables, only 2 tables are, you need the updated data for the client, go and select that table, click on refresh preview. That table will be get updated. So if think that order table is only containing the latest data, go and select refresh preview. Those two data will be, tables are dynamic. Think that the tables will be updated, and the refresh time will be, it will take less time. But suppose there are 100 tables only, your client want only order table and bank, this to be get refreshed. But if you go and click on refresh all, at the back end, it will scan order, people, return, bank, journey, location. So it will try to go and fetch, refresh all the tables. And in that case, it may take a lot of time. Okay, as this is simple data, it may not have that much impact. But in the real time, when you work on some big data, then it may be, you will find the difference. Okay, the only difference is, when you click on refresh all tables will get refreshed. When you click on refresh preview, only the selected table will get refreshed. Okay, that is the thing. Now next one, properties that we will be discussing. So properties, it will say, it will show if you want to, suppose if you want this table name, order name. So you can add some description. This order table will contain that information which is related to the sales. Like that, some type of information that you can write over here. You can write the description of the table, what type of information it will contain. Okay. We will not use it, but for your understanding. Next thing is advanced editor. There is an option called as advanced editor here. This is the advanced editor. So this advanced editor options will be helpful for you. So we are in this table. Yeah. Advanced editor means whatever the transformation that you record, those transformations will be captured. Whatever the transformation you make, those transformation will captured in the advanced editor. So suppose if you select the bank, try to load this table. So this Power Query, let us click on close and apply. When you click on close and apply, the changes that you have make will be loaded because we have loaded the two tables, right? So the changes will be captured. We'll come to this interface Power BI desktop. From here, if you want to go to again, if you want to go to the Power Query, you will click on this transform data. Okay. See, same. Because I have loaded this order bank generate, so I thought I want to click on save the changes. That's why I click on close and apply. Then you go to Power BI desktop. From there, if you want to come to Power Query, click on the transform data. You will come over here. Okay. So I will remove all these transformations and so that it will be right. Now properties advanced editor. What is meant by advanced editor means whatever I have said. Suppose if you make any transformations, all the transformation that you make, it will be recorded in the form of formula. This first four will be common, like first one or three. So it will show in the advanced editor. Source means from where your file is coming, what type of sheet is present, what are the promoted headers are there, what is the data type. Usually first three or four lines will be same. It is common. If you don't do any transformation, this will be common for in the advanced editor. But if you make any transformation, those transformation will be recorded over here. Now let us discuss about this manage option. So what is meant by manage? Manage means you can manage your tables. Okay. That means you can, if I want to delete the table. So there are many ways that you can delete the table. Suppose I want to delete this gender table. How you can delete? You can select, you can click on right click on your laptop and you can click on delete. Okay. Say delete query. Are you sure you want to delete? Right. Okay, the table got deleted. That is the one way where you can delete your table. Suppose I want to delete a location. Suppose returns table it is there. I want to delete it. So you can delete it through this manage option. Click on manage, delete. So this table is selected. When you click on delete, see, it will ask, are you sure you want to delete the returns? Yes. See, returns table got deleted. Now there is an option called as duplicate and reference. So this is a very important. If you want to understand, I want to create a table which is a duplicate of that particular table. Okay. So listen carefully. I will explain what is, in order to understand this, first you need to understand what is duplicate table, what is reference table. This is the orders table. From the, so I am selecting the orders table. From this, I want to select duplicate. I need to click on duplicate. Orders table. I have clicked on duplicate. So this table we rename it as orders duplicate. Orders table, orders duplicate. Now come to the orders table. Go to manage, click on reference. So from the orders table, I have created orders reference. Right. So major table, the first which is there, I will rename this as, for our understanding, I will try to rename this table. Okay. I will type this as order source. Why I am calling it as source? Because this is the first source table. First existent table we call it as source table. From this order source table, I have created the duplicate table. Okay, because it manage and you try to create duplicate and reference table, right? So order source, from this I have created a duplicate table. Orders duplicate. From the source table, I have created the reference table. So I have renamed it as orders reference. Now they will ask the three questions. What is source table? What is duplicate table? What is reference table? Source table means the table that you have loaded initially by connecting to the data sources. We call it as source table. Okay. In the sample superstore data, in the Excel, we have the orders table that you have loaded from directly from the source, that is called source table. Now, second, duplicate table. So what is meant by duplicate table? What is you need to understand? See, from this table only you created the duplicate, right? What I will do from the source table, I will try to remove some columns. What I want to remove, I will select, I want to remove this row ID. One row ID is removed. Next one, I want to remove this ship date. Okay, I want to remove the ship date. Select that column, remove column, remove column. So ship date is also removed. Now what I want to do, one more thing, I will go to transform data. I will make this customer name, some transformation I'm making. I am making into uppercase. So these three transformations that I have made where in the source table. Or think that I will select this order date and I will select only these two. I will go to home tab, click on remove other columns. When you click on remove column means when you click on remove columns, what happens? The difference between remove column and remove other column means when you select remove columns, only selected column will delete. That means order ID, order ID. These two will delete, remaining all will present. When you click on remove other columns means the opposite. Remove other columns means whatever the columns that you have selected, that column will be present. All other columns will be removed. So I am selecting this. I am selecting these two and click on remove other columns. What happened? These two columns will be selected, will remain. All other columns will be deleted. So these many transformations that you have made in the source table. Now my question is to you, from this source table only, I have created this duplicate table, right? From this only I have created the duplicate table. Now whatever the changes which are there in the, you have made in the source table, whether that will also take place in duplicate table or not, whether that changes will takes place in this duplicate table or not. Anyone can guess? From this only I have created the duplicate table. I have made some transformations, deleted some columns, and whether the changes will be present in this duplicate table or not, whether it will be captured in the duplicate table. So let us see when I open the order. No, when you look at here, this order table, duplicate orders duplicate table, even though it is created from this, so that changes will not be captured in the duplicate table. That means a duplicate table will serve as independent table. Whatever you make the changes in the source table, it will not be reflected in the duplicate table because duplicate table will function as independent table. Now second question. I made some changes in this. From the source table only I have created this reference table. Now whatever the changes that you have made in the source table, whether it will be reflected in the reference table or not, that is my question. See, when I open here, see, it is reflected. That means whatever the changes that you make in the source table, it will be reflected in the reference table. Reference means it is referenced from the source. But whatever the changes you make in the source table, it will be not reflected. It will be not captured in the duplicate table. That because duplicate table will serve as an independent table. Okay. From source table, you create a duplicate and reference. But if you make any transformation, that transformation will not take place, that will not be captured in the duplicate table. But if you make any changes in the source, it will be changed in the reference table because reference table is referenced from the source itself. Okay. Now the interview will ask a different question for you to confuse. They will ask, now I will make the changes in the reference table. You are saying if you change anything in the source, it will in the reference also it will change. But if I make any changes in the reference, whether it will be noted in the source in the reverse. So now I want to make the changes. I want to make some changes in the reference table, whether it will be changed in the source table. See, I have order date I have selected. I have removed. See, in the reference table, I have removed one column. Now I will go to the source table, whether this change will be reflected. No. Whatever the change you make in the source table, it will be reflected in the reference table because this reference table is depend upon the on the source table. But when you make the changes in the reference, it will be not reflected in the source table. Reference table is depend on the source table, but source table is not depend on the reference table. So if you want to see this type of connection, there is one option called as view. In the home tab, there is an option called as view. Open that view. In the view, there is an option called as query dependencies. Open the query dependencies. You will see the connections. See, first this is the source that we have connected. Example superstore data. In that order source table, see from this only orders table, order source table is there. People's table. Okay. Duplicate orders, duplicate table. Okay. These three tables you have loaded. From the source table, you have created the reference table. And bank churn, it is also coming from the desktop. Okay, this bank churn we have loaded separately from the desktop. This it is coming from the downloads. See, OneDrive downloads. Location will not have any connection because you have loaded directly from the Power BI desktop. You have loaded. Now, when you see the reference table, see this is the source table. From the source table, you have created a source your duplicate table and reference table. But when you see the connection, source is the arrow is pointing towards reference. That means whenever you change in this source, that means in the Excel, that change will take place in source table. Whatever the changes you make in the source, it will be reflected in the reference table. The arrow is pointed like this. But when you look at the source table and duplicate table, so source and duplicate both are depend upon the source. That is, you know. But when you look at the source table and duplicate table, is there any connection? No. That's why when you change anything in the source table, it is not changing in the duplicate table because duplicate table is serving as an independent table. Now in the third table, what I have changed? I have changed in the reference table. Whether it is captured in the source table, it is not captured. Reason being, arrow, when you look at the arrow, it is pointing from source table to reference table, but not reference table to source table. Or if it is bidirectional, if you change in this, it will change. If you change the reference, it will change. But the arrow is pointing from source to reference. If you change anything source, it will be changed in the reference. but arrow is not pointing from reference to source. If you change the reference, it will not change in the source. So that's why when you see in the reference table, you have deleted this, that it will be not captured over here. But when you look at the duplicate table will serve as an independent table. Okay. And it is not depend upon the source table. But source table, duplicate, all are depend upon the data source. If there is any data change in the Excel, it will change. Okay. That is a common. Like that, you need to understand. If the interview, they will ask what is source table, what is duplicate, they will confuse you. I made some change in the duplicate table, whether it will be changed in that source table. You say no. I made some change in the source table, whether it will be reflected in the reference table. Your answer is yes. I make some changes in the reference table, whether it will be reflected in the source and duplicate table. You said no. Like that, you need to cleverly answer the question. Okay. So duplicate reference. Now choose columns. Okay, I will explain this once we have completed this, like choose columns. So there are something, think these are the many 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 columns are there. When you click on, let me go to the orders table here, this order source, like I will go to the source table and I will remove all this, whatever the transformation. That's it. Yeah. Now I will click on choose column. In the choose column, let me click on choose column. Okay. Right. So when you click on choose columns, automatically all columns will be selected. Now I want to select only 3 columns. The columns are region column, category column. I want to select, I want only that column. So you can select this. I want region column, right? You'll search where is the region. I want category column. Suppose I want profit column. You will manually go and let's search and like this at the end see profit column. Like this you select. I want these 2 columns. Okay. Like this, the columns you will be selecting over here. See here, okay option, why it is not enabling? Region column. Yeah. Enter. So region column, profit column, the 2 are selected. I clicked on enter. So those 2 columns are selected. Okay. Choose columns means whatever the column that you have selected will be selected. So I will click on, I will remove the steps and I will go back. See, if you go to the choose column, what happens? If I want to search for region, I am going to here. I want to scan all the tables. But instead, what I will do, I will click on this order A to Z. This is a natural order. Whatever there it is in the source, those order it will follow. But instead, if I select name, then it will follow the alphabetic order. Okay. So if it is, I'm selecting the region. If I want to select the region, I will directly come to alphabetic R, PQR. And if you want to select the profit, I will come to A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, M, N, O, P, profit. And now I will click on enter. See, profit and region column. So like that, you can able to sort by using the choose column. Choose columns means whatever the columns that you select, those columns only you can select. Or simply if you want to select, there is another option. If I want to select the region, if you know the spelling of the region exactly, just the column name, you can select that as a region. You can type, you can click on OK, select and click on OK. The region column will be selected. Okay. If you want to go to this one step back, you can, whatever the transformation that you make will be captured in the supplied steps. Remove other column. Right. Okay. That is meant by choose columns. That means the selected column only will be present. Remove other columns will be deleted. Now go to column. What is meant by go to column? So your client is asking go to region column or go to profit column. If I ask you to go to the profit column, you will try to go. Where is profit? Like this, you will see like this. The profit. It is at the rate. So there are 20 are like the tables are there, columns are there. So you can able to uh, operate it. That you can scroll and you can able to find it. But think you have some 100 or 150 or 1000 columns. So if you go and study, you will need the column names of those 1000, it will take lot of time. So instead, if I want to suppose if we want to go to the profit column, think it is there at some 950 at the column. So you need to go and scroll 950 columns like this. It will take lot of time. So in that condition, what you will do, you will use an option called as go to column. Click on go to column. Same, if you want to go to the profit column, if you want to sort it A to Z, like name, yeah, P. So profit means it will come in the P letter. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, P in the P profit. Select the profit and enter. See, you go to profit column. See, now choose column, go to column. Okay. Suppose if you want to go to any other column like a quantity column, just you can select the quantity over here and click on OK. See, you go to the quantity column. Okay, like that. Go to column means if you want to go to a specific column, then you will go use the option called as go to column. Okay, or you can type here name also. If I want to go to the category column, CATEGOR, just type as category, select, click on enter. See, you will come to category column. So it will take a lot of time when you work on a big data where you have some number of the rows or more, then you can go for that type of column. Choose column we have discussed. Remove columns and remove other column that I have explained. I'm been explaining from the starting of the class. Remove columns means if you select these two columns, row ID, order ID, control. I click on the control button, select. You click on remove columns means the column that you have selected, those columns only remove and the data will start from order date. See, row ID that is delete and the data is starting from order date. But if you select order date and ship date, select, click on remove other columns. That means whatever you have selected order ship date, it will present. Remove other column means it may be 1000 columns or any other columns other than the selected columns. All columns will be removed. See, order date, ship date will be present. All other columns will be removed. So that is called as remove other columns. Okay. If you want to go one step back, I don't want this transformation that you are in, just you need to close this transformation and you can come back to the normal data. Now there is an option called as keep rows. Keep rows, keep bottom rows, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors like this. First one is select any one table. Okay. Click on keep rows, keep top rows. So I want to keep top 10 rows. Just click on 10. See, 1, 2, 3, 1 to 10. Top 10 rows are there. That is called as keep top 10. Keep bottom rows. So I want to keep bottom 10 rows. Bottom 100. The bottom total 999 data something there from that bottom only bottom 100 rows are that I kept. What is the last row? See, if you want to see what is the formula that I've written, you need to click on this gear icon. So bottom 100 rows I have select. Okay, when you click on bottom, so it has some 999 rows are there in this from this the last 100 rows you have selected. Okay, so one step is created. Keep last rows. That means what last rows I've created, last 100 rows like that. Okay, so I'm removing this step. Next, keep rows. Keep range of rows. So when you click on range of rows, I want to keep the range from 5 to 15 like this. Suppose starting from the 5 or 15 like this. So keep range of rows. So first row, I want to start from which row? The first row I want to start from 5. Okay, fifth. Starting from fifth, I want to keep 10 rows. Fifth, fifth to from fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12, like that 10 rows I want to keep from starting from. So when you look at this, starting from fifth, from here I want to keep 10 rows. See there, see. So click on, just drag over here, click on OK. See, starting from fifth, 10 rows I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 to 14 I want. So that is called as keep rows. See, starting from fifth. So it is the fifth, starting from fifth. 10 rows. Fifth, you can count 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those 10 rows, if you want to keep, you can keep a keep range of rows. Keep duplicates. Okay, I'm removing this data over here. So sometimes your data may contain the duplicates. Okay, many types of the data, customer name may do duplicates. So if you want to keep the duplicate names, okay, so it will take what are the duplicate names are there, it will return Clary, San, Detail, like Andrew, like something. If the data are duplicate, sometimes what happens if there are duplicate data, if the client wants only unique data, he will ask you to remove the duplicates. But if you want other data is removed, I want only duplicates data should be there. Then you can use an option called as keep duplicates. Keep errors. So actually your data does not, this is a clean data and you don't have any errors. Okay. Suppose if you want to, your data contain the errors and your client want to see what are the errors that are there, then you can click on keep errors and you will try to see what are the errors. Okay. That is called top rows means top 10 rows. You can do top 10 to 100. Bottom row means bottom rows. Range means you can select the range of source. Keep duplicate mean duplicate values you can create. Keep errors mean the errors you can create. The errors. If you understand the keep rows and the remove rows is will be dead easy. Okay, remove rows. See, if you click on remove, if I click on remove top rows, so remove top 10 rows if I want to create. Right. See, first top 10 is removed and from 11th it is starting. Okay, like that. In the remove rows also, if you remove bottom rows, I want to remove bottom 100 rows. Okay, so bottom 100 rows will be removed. If you want to, you can check by reversing the rows. Go to the transform data, reverse rows. It will start from 999 like that. It should start, but it's starting from 9894. So that means your data is reverse. Like from the down, some data we have deleted. Okay. So when you are reversing the rows, it is also creating the steps, reverse rows, one like that. Okay. Okay. Remove the bottom rows. I'm also change. Go to the home tab. Remove alternate rows. Okay. It will ask alternate rows from starting from what? First row to remove. Starting from second, like second row. Plus from the number of rows to remove. Starting from second. Okay. Number of rows to remove. That means 2 rows I want to remove. Number of rows to keep. 3 rows I want to keep. Okay. Starting from second, number of rows to remove. I'm starting from this here, from first. First row to remove, the second two rows are removed. Number of rows to remove. Second and third, 2 rows, right? The second and third is remove. And number of rows to keep from here. 4, 5, 6. 3 rows I want to keep. 4, 5, 6. So like that, if you want to create, if you want to select the rows, okay, from there you can able to do this, but remove alternate rows. But this type of arrangements that we'll never do in the real time. No client will ask you to remove alternate rows. I want first row data, remove next two lines, keep next three lines. But for your understanding, as we have an option that I'm explaining you, but no client will ask to remove, keep the data first row, remove the next two rows, keep next 4 days, like that they will not ask. Okay. So remove rows. Okay. Remove duplicates. See if the data contain the duplicates, you can remove the duplicates. Remove the blank rows. If you want to remove your data contains blank row means it is not like if any one column contains the blank, we cannot call it as blank row. Suppose you have 10 columns, in the all 10 columns you don't have any data or null, then that row we call it as blank row. Okay. If you want to remove such blank rows, you can click on the remove blank rows. Sometimes if the errors in the data, the client don't want to see that errors in your data, and if you want, the client wants to remove the errors, just click on remove errors. The errors will be removed. Okay. Right. Let's go to the bank chain. Yes. All right. Customer. There is an option called C. It is sort A to Z. That means see when you click on A to Z, so the customer names will be see previously you see the first we have C, D, B, A. These are not following a correct pattern, right? Okay, first A, but I want alphabetic order. A should be present, then B, C. You can click on A to Z. See, all A's, Aaron Hackens. So this is the one systematic way where the rows are shown in the alphabetic order. But if you select that row and click on Z to A, so see last from Z to A, it will start starting from Z, then Y, X like that. You can start, but no one will start from Z to A. Majority they will ask from sort A to Z. Then it will follow some alphabetic part. But yeah, A to Z. Okay. Now there is another option called split group by data type. Use first row as an headers. Okay, that I will explain you. This is the headers that we have already explained. This replace value. Let us discuss in the next class. Okay. As of now, today what we have studied. We have studied about in the Power Query transformation how the applied steps are there, how different, how to connect to the new data source, how to use recent sources where if data connected where you can see how you can create the manual tables manually, what is different between what is refresh preview and refresh all, what is source table, what is duplicate and what is reference table, what is properties advantage there, and how you can manage the columns over here. And we have studied about choose columns and remove columns. We have studied out keep rows and remove rows. And then tomorrow class we'll be discussing about the other for transformation. The split column is very important. Group by is also very important. These two, they will ask in any interview. Okay, that will take some sample data and will do that transformation by using this group by and by using the split column option. But I will stop the recording.